Hello and welcome to Yoga with Glenn. I'm Glenn. Today I have a restorative hip opening yoga flow for you. This is perfect for those who sit a lot at work or have a long commute sitting while driving. This is really going to help open up the hips. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It really helps out a lot. Hop into some comfy clothes, hop on your mat, and let's get started. To begin our session today, I recommend grabbing a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, a couple pillows stacked up will do, but lay your bolster long ways on your mat. If you have a blanket, you want a blanket for your knees, grab that as well. We're going to go into frog pose. So we're going to lay our torso lengthwise on our bolster. Our legs will be spread apart, really opening those hips. If your head is over to the top of your bolster like this, grab something you can rest your head on. But if you have a shorter torso like I do, resting your head on the bolster or pillows works just fine. And if you feel really tight in the hips, that's okay. If we keep breathing into this posture, they will slowly and eventually open up. And while we're in this posture here, remember, it's important to breathe deeply and purposefully, inhaling through the nose, filling the belly first, moving up through the ribs, and finally expanding the chest, and then slowly letting everything out, bringing the belly button in at the end of the breath. Focusing on your breath will really help you sink into your postures. Fulfilling inhales and easy exhales. If you need to make any adjustments in your posture, of course, feel free to do so. If your arms aren't quite comfortable, you can move them to another position if you like. Same thing with your knees. If you didn't grab a blanket at first and you want one now for your knees, you can pause the video or just go and grab one. We've reached about the halfway mark now. If you have your head turned on your bolster, you can turn to the opposite side. That way it just evens everything out. Remember the breath. Breathe through this posture. Another slight tweak you can do is either tucking the pelvis or tilting the pelvis forward, seeing how that changes the treatment, seeing the difference in what muscles get stretched what way. Or if you just like to remain still, that's okay too. After your next exhale, bring the wrists under the shoulders, remove any modifications you might have done, and slowly press yourself off of your props. Slowly walk the legs together, removing pillow or bolster off to the side. Bring the knees together, shins together, feet together, sitting on the heel, shoelace side of the foot, on the ground, and with an inhale, bring the arms up overhead, and then exhale, take a twist to the left side. A bit of a counter posture here. Inhale, chin to the front shoulder. And exhale, chin to back. Inhale, bring the arms up, and then exhale, take a twist to that opposite side. One hand on the thigh, the other hand behind you, chin to the back shoulder. And when you're ready, with an inhale, chin to the front shoulder, and exhale, chin to back. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, bring the hands to the mat, come into table posture. If you had a prop under your legs, you can remove that now. Off to the side, coming into that table posture. And we'll breathe through some cat-cow. So with an inhale, tailbone goes up, dropping the belly, lifting the chin and chest. Important to really let the belly drop. Bring the tailbone up as high as possible, and then just the opposite, tuck the tailbone, arch the back, send the spine up to the sky, press through the earth with the hands, and inhale, cow pose, and exhale, cats. One more time, each posture, inhale, cow, and exhale, cats. Now come to a neutral table posture, shoulders over wrists, hips over thighs, and we'll bring up the left leg, sort of in this fire hydrant pose. Try not to tilt the hips too much, just use the glute muscle to lift it, and then exhale, back down. We'll complete 5 of those repetitions. Exhale as you come back down. Inhale as you lift. Try to keep the back from swaying. One more with an inhale. And exhale. Return back down. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, lifting the leg. Try not to tilt the hips over. And exhale down. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. Make sure you stay nice and engaged in your core. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. One more. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. That's going to help really strengthen the muscle that helps us open our hips. Reset yourself in your neutral table posture. Tuck the toes if they're not already. And press the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Adjust the hands or feet if necessary. Press the chest towards the thighs. Trying to get those heels as close to the ground as possible, pressing through the earth with the hands. Some space between the ears and the shoulders. Making this A shape with the body. And with an inhale, lift the left leg for 3-legged dog. Bend at the knee. Open the hip. Do a couple circles here. Loosen everything up. And then send that leg through between the hands. Drop the back knee. And rise up for this low lunge. Bring the arms up. If you like, palms facing in. And really press the hips forward. Bring the whole body forward. Feeling length through the inside of the left leg. Length through the front and inside of the right. Couple breaths here. And return back to center. With an exhale, drop the hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Lift yourself up into this runner's lunge. And then send the leg back up for 3-legged dog. And then Exhale, bring the leg back down to the ground. Same thing, opposite side with an inhale. Lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Bend at the knee. Open the hip. Torso towards the opposite side. A couple circles. And then look to the front of the mat. Send that leg through. Drop the back knee. Inhale. Arms come up. And then as you exhale, bring the body forward, really getting a good stretch on those hips. Couple breaths here. And then inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, drop the hands. Planting the hands on the mat, coming up into this runner's lunge. And with an inhale, lift the leg back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, bring it down to the mat, downward facing dog. Bring the knees to the mat. And if you'd like a blanket just for some support, you can grab one. We're going to go into a seated butterfly with a couple different variations. So bring the soles of the feet together, holding on to the toes, letting the knees drop. If you like, you can walk the hips back just a couple steps. Spine nice and tall, chest open. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, take a twist. And then drop your torso towards one side. Just as much as you can, you don't have to force anything. This kind of helps us open the hips in a little bit different way. Forehead as close to the knee as possible. If you're not quite there, that's okay. Just a couple breaths. And inhale, slowly come back up, back to center. Shake the knees out if you like to do so. Adjust yourself. And same thing opposite side, arms come up with an inhale. Take a twist, hands to the ground, and then same, try to bend over this right knee. Forehead as close to the knee as possible if you're not on it. Inhale through the belly. Exhale, letting everything go. The more you focus on your breath in this posture, the easier it will be, and the more you will sink into it. Then inhale, slowly make your way back up to center. Shake the knees out again if you like. If you like to adjust the feet, how close the heels are to you or further away, you can do so. But one more time, a bend towards the center. Inhale, arms come up. And then exhale, fold into the center. Folding from the hips here. Try not to force anything, but focus on your breath. After an exhale, slowly bring yourself back up. Shake the knees out a little bit more, and with an inhale, bring the knees up as close as you can to yourself, and then exhale, open. Imagine opening your soles of your feet, kind of like a book as you exhale. Inhale, closing that book, and then exhale, opening. Inhale, knees up, and then exhale, down and apart. One more time, inhale, and then exhale, down. Gather the knees, come back to center. I'm going to turn myself on the mat here. If you had a prop, set it off to the side. Come forward on your mat and then slowly roll yourself down onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. Rocking side to side, back and forth if you like, making yourself comfortable. You can grab the knees, sort of like joysticks, and massage the low back. Bring the knees into the chest one more time and towards the armpits. Open the legs, bring the elbows inside of the knees and grab a hold of either the toe with your fingers here, the bottom of the foot or the ankle. Just have the arms on the inside of the legs. And this is happy baby. Imagine the feet flat, sort of like you're doing a squat on your ceiling. Here you can rock side to side, back and forth, straighten one leg, rebend, straighten the other. Really getting a good hip opening, this happy baby. Be playful in this posture, make it unique to you. Invite a childlike sense of wonder as you rock and play around in this happy baby. Remember what it was like when you were a child, possibly in this same posture. Slowly release whatever you have a hold of. Bring the knees back together to touch. One last hug. And then release. Spreading yourself on your mat. Setting yourself up for Shavasana. If you like any props for your corpse pose, gather them now. Whatever props you like and you feel necessary. A blanket under the knees, a pillow under the knees, bolster, blanket under the head. Whatever you like to make it unique to you. As we begin to relax the body, feel the difference now in the hips than when you started this video. Perhaps you can feel more length, more openness. This is especially good for the muscle that runs down the length of the inside of our thigh. It can become especially tight if you sit often. Begin to have awareness of your body, starting from the bottom up. Feel your toes, relax them. Feel the weight of the heel against the earth. Moving up the leg, feel the lower leg resting on the earth. Maybe you can feel air passing under the knees. Feel the weight of your hips pressing into the earth. Your torso, your shoulders, upper arm, lower arm. Let yourself be heavy, surrender your weight to the earth. Feel the back of your hand resting. Feel the air passing through the fingers. Surrender the weight of your head against the earth. Let your tongue fall back into the lower palate. Let your eyes roll back into their orbits. And imagine your brain sliding into the back of your skull. Nowhere else to go. Nothing left to do. Just be at ease. If you'd like to remain here in your Shavasana, you're free to do so. Just pause the video. If you'd like to follow along, begin to bring awareness back to your body. Start small, the fingers and toes. Feel the hips, the shoulders, the back of the head. Start to invite small movements to the toes, to the fingers. Roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Eventually bring the arms overhead, point the toes. Give yourself a full body stretch and bring the arms back down to the side. And when you're ready, bend one knee, place the sole of the foot on the ground. Press off that foot and come on to your side in this fetal posture, a recovery posture. We don't want to just sit straight up from our Shavasana, especially after we relaxed our entire body. Get a big rush of blood to the head, and that's not good. So this gives us an opportunity. Our nervous system and all the blood in our body just sort of catch up. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, Press yourself up, and we'll come into a hero's pose. Legs together, ankles together, sitting on the shoelace side of the foot. Hands stacked in the lap, tall spine, open heart. I hope you enjoyed this restorative hip opening yoga. I hope it really helped open the hips and relax the muscles. Let's take one last breath together as we close out this practice. With an inhale, circle the arms overhead. Bring the hands together and bring them down to heart center. The light in me sees and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. Namaste.